Kevin Zeese, VotersForPeace.us. I'm here today because this is a first step in a critical phase in the battle for people getting back their democracy here. It's a stage of developing a culture of resistance. We're going to see probably close to 100 vets and others today. Chris Hedges, Margaret Flowers, Daniel Ellsberg, Ray McGovern, others getting arrested. And what they are doing is sound the alarm. They sound the alarm that we need a culture of resistance in the United States. We're seeing not just a war front in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan, but a war front at home and a war front against our own Constitution. The last person hung for the type of thing that Julian Assange and Bradley Manning is being accused of is Nathan Hale, and that was done by the British Crown. And so we're in the midst of a counter-revolution against what this country stands for. It's the free press, for the people knowing what their government's doing, and for people being in control of their government. And the only way we're going to get it back is to resist every step of the way.
Peace now! 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 Peace Stop the killing! Stop the war! 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 Stop the killing! Stop the war!
Rally. Why is it important for you to be here?
I'm a veteran. I'm a Vietnam era veteran. Been doing this for 45 years. And this is organized as a veterans event. Obviously there are lots of other folks here too, but principally it's a Veterans for Peace and many other peace organizations sponsoring it. There are a bunch of us here from Vietnam Veterans Against the War. And
I know you've been associated with that for quite a while,
yeah.
Veterans for Peace.
Yeah. So we're going to make a little noise and there will be a little bit of civil disobedience. And,
are you going to participate in that, Jim?
I won't.
Okay. Anything else? Stay warm.
Yeah, stay warm.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Okay, here's Max over here. Max, come on in here. Give your name for the record, Max.
This is Max Obashevsky, a member of the Pledge of Resistance, Baltimore.
What's significant about today's rally, Max?
Well, I think maybe the most important point that I would make is that this is a veterans-led action. Civil resistance, as it says on my sign. And these are guys and women that have experienced war. They've experienced what I've been protesting most of my adult life. We've got to stop it. We can't have this going on. These folks have experienced it. Jim Baldridge, I notice, has an Agent Orange sticker on the back of his hat. These guys have suffered. They've gone through it all. We have to support them. It's a very cold day. They're calling for snow here in D.C. The turnout isn't the greatest. It's actually snowing now, but we have to be here. We have to speak out. We have to end these wars. Obama hopefully will eventually listen, and I think the veterans have the best chance of getting this message to the president. We know what war is, and we have to stop these awful, awful wars.
Anything else, Max?
I am not risking arrest today, but I'm in full support of all the folks that are going to cross the line today and take the risks of peace, and I'll be very proud of them.
Thanks so much, Max.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Bill.
Well, it's important for me to be at as many rallies against wars as I can be, but this one in particular, because it's called by veterans, led by veterans. I am a veteran. I've been participating in the organizing to some extent. It's been crazy, of course, because we started it rather recently. Haven't had months and years to plan it, but we've pulled it off. We're excited about it. It's just so very important for veterans and supporters of veterans to make it so clear to this president, to any president, because they all do it, that we cannot keep doing these ridiculous wars. We can't afford it monetarily. We certainly can't afford it with the lives of our young people. And not only are they not making us safer, which we're told they are, they're making us much less safe. If people were angry at us in 2001, how angry are they at us now? It's just insane, and we have to speak out every chance we get. So I'm really glad to be here.
Now, Alan, there's going to be civil resistance action.
Yes.
Are you going to be participating in that today?
I am.
And why is it important for you to do that? Why do you feel like you've got to do that?
Well, it's a putting your body on the line kind of thing. It's a, it's so important to me that I am willing to suffer your inconveniences of a little jail time, maybe court appearance. I always do go to court. I'm not going to pay out. It's important to take it to court and, run it through that system too. Occasionally we get acquitted. I have been, because the jury, and if you can get a jury, probably for this we won't. It's such a low-level action, a low-level charge. But occasionally you get a jury, and sometimes the jury just says, we're not going to convict these people. And it's really powerful when that happens. And you always got to take those chances every time you can.
Okay, thanks so much, Ellen.
Thank you,
And
Bill.
you stay nice and warm.
Oh yeah, I've got 5,000 layers of clothes on and another jacket.
What's your name?
Catherine Huffman.
And Catherine, where are you from?
I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
And why did you come down from Cambridge today? What are you doing in Washington?
Well, I came because there was an invitation from Chris Hedges, from some of the Vets for Peace, Medea Benjamin and Code Pink, that it was time to do civil disobedience about this war. And I think some people may be coming down to protest Obama. I'm not coming down to do that. I'm here to lift up the movement for social change that I've been a part of for 30 years. We stopped doing civil disobedience. I think we hoped that Obama himself would create something, would create peace, would create economic justice. But we see the greatest transfer to the wealthiest that we've ever seen, and continuing of war and use of more weaponry. So I'm here to stand with that other vision of America, the part of America that really wants peace and wants economic justice.
And you came down from Cambridge
And I
today.
came down from Cambridge.
Took the plane down?
I did. I flew down, planning on participating in the civil disobedience because I think other people feel the same way I do, which is that really serious times require a much more serious action, and I think that's what civil disobedience is, and that this is an action done in the spirit of nonviolence, which I deeply believe in, and a spirit of the America that's possible, as Langston Hughes talks about. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you.
We shall not be moved. Bring the war money home. We shall not be moved. Bring the war money home. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Working hard for peace. Working hard for peace. We shall not be moved. Working hard for peace. We
not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Veterans standing together, we shall not be moved. Veterans standing together, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing.
Dave, what's important about today?
Well, inside that fence, what the corporate media will tell you is important is the review of a war in which everything is worse this year than last year. More violence, more death, more killing, more disapproval in the polls of the government and of our occupation, more hostility, and yet they'll have another report on progress and a report that will say 4 more years, and then we'll rename it a non-combat war, and the combat will be combated by non-combat troops and so forth. That's what they will say is important. What is important is that a majority of Americans and Afghans and Europeans and everybody I've seen polled is against this war, wants it ended. WikiLeaks exposes the crimes, the corruption, the understanding by the European Union that it's hopeless and pointless, and they're going along with it out of deference to us. Well, the majority of us don't want that deference. We want out of this madness. And so the important thing is that some Americans are doing more than saying the right thing to the pollsters on the telephone. Some Americans are out here in the snow willing to go to the White House fence and demand to speak to the president. The Veterans for Peace has been sending letters to the White House saying, we want to talk to you about the opinion of the majority of the people in this so-called representative democracy, and you won't meet with us. So here we are, willing to be arrested. The good people these days seem to be behind bars. The people who have not been charged with any crimes are in solitary 23 hours a day. Bradley Manning and Julian Assange, no crimes, no charges, are being punished, are being tortured. And instead, those who openly brag about their crimes, Bush, Cheney, and others, are free to roam the earth. This is a state of lawlessness, and if we have to put ourselves on the right side of things, and that's behind bars, then so be it. And I'm encouraged to see this many people out here freezing in the snow.
I'm just going to pan around, Dave, while you're just showing it. Yeah.
There are millions of people who share the sentiments who couldn't be here. There are hundreds of people, I understand, who are on our side on this, who are at a hearing at the House Judiciary Committee that's happening right now on this topic, on the topic of the Justice Department hunting for a law with which to prosecute someone they have already helped to put behind bars and want to keep there. So this is the crisis facing our country. This is more severe than what we've seen in recent years. This is lawlessness brought to its culmination of those who are above the law flouting it, and those who are enemies of those in power being punished with outlaws. We're here to change that, and we may be closer than we think. Bush's book showed how close we were in 2006. We were told we were absolutely powerless, and we were that close to stopping this madness. We have to keep pushing just like this without worrying about how close we are until we get there.
Okay, thanks so much, Dave. Now just hold on a second.
Put it down. Oh yeah, go. Come on.
We could see worse jumping.
Excuse me just a second.